What is up? Welcome back to the Drinking Bros College Basketball Podcast. I am your remote host this week, Rob Fox. I'm joined as always by our producer and co-host, Dan Regester. Dan, how you feeling?
Not great, Rob.
Yeah.
I am also remote.
Yeah. Why are we remote today?
We got the old Rona.
Yeah.
Got our shot, essentially.
We
got our vaccine.
Yeah,
the
we got
old-fashioned way.
By a fucking redneck coughing in my mouth, basically. Yeah, me and Dan are not in the Drinking Bros studios this week because we both got bat AIDS or whatever you fucking call it. You lost your sense of taste.
Yeah, I don't have taste. It's very clear with my background, right? I have nothing on my walls.
Yeah, obviously, you don't have my fucking beautiful, my wife's curated. You gotta tell Kylie to step up her fucking game, dude.
Or my sister, too. She can start decorating the walls. But I'm in the corner of my house, too, because I'm trying to stay away from her because I'm not sure she's positive either.
She is fucking now.
She probably is, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Shit.
She has to accept it.
Yeah, just move on with life. It's over. It's done. Yeah,
I've been trying to stay in my room, though, for the most part. This is my first day out of my room in a few days. So can't taste anything, can't smell anything. It's very evident. I ate an onion last night, threw that on my old Twitter.
Yeah, if you want to check out Dan's social media pages, he just eats an onion like a fucking apple. I actually love that girl. Your joke was like, I took a rapid COVID test. Like eating the onion was your COVID test, and that girl was like, "Well, actually, like someone's gonna look and be like, well, I can taste an onion."
Yeah, like that's a full-fledged way to check if you have COVID or not. Like, yeah, clearly, it's my intention to be informative here.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Just like her own personal like fact-checking flag on your fucking tweet. Like, go away.
Apparently a girl that Kylie went to school with at Kansas State that absolutely sucked. Big surprise, I know.
Oh, Kylie knew her?
Yeah, not I wouldn't say friends, but acquaintances.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So, fuck her doubly then, I guess. You're making more people get COVID.
Yeah, I mean, essentially. We stayed away from the studio. I think Ross was cool with us coming in, but I was like, yeah, I think Giorgio still hasn't had it, and either is Dan. Although Dan was coughing a little bit today on the episode with the Narcos.
Well, it's not our problem anymore.
Not our problem. We're going to be out of the studio for probably the week. I should be good by Friday. Started showing symptoms New Year's. So
yeah, I started showing symptoms the 26th. I could be almost done, but I'm taking a little extra time.
2021 off to a hot start. I'm just following kind of in the footsteps of my childhood team, Villanova. You know, Villanova's shutting down the program for another however many weeks.
They're not even really playing anymore at this point.
They haven't played since the 23rd. So it's like, Villanova they might just, punt on the season until the tournament starts and like, you know what? They're still a number 3 team in the country.
Just Ohio State. Like they're ranked 3rd. They're probably like they're decent chance they're in line for a 1 seed right now. Fuck it. Just play every 3 weeks conveniently when it's just against like the bottom tier of the Big East, and then just say fuck it, get in the tournament, whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, DePaul comes around, you just play them.
Just drop dick on DePaul, and you're fucking good. Yeah. Speaking of COVID news, the whole tournament is confirmed to be in Indiana,
which we have been saying. We've been kind of like
well, that was the rumor to be in Indianapolis. Or I actually thought it had been announced that it was going to be in Indianapolis, and then like this was like they're basically expanding the bubble because I guess maybe they can't find enough courts in just Indianapolis, so they might.
Yeah, what is a bubble? The entire can you bubble an entire state?
Indiana is kind of a bubble of a state. Like who goes into it and who leaves it? Really?
Well, so I've been to Indiana once. I stayed at a casino, of course. And you're just kind of on that like Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana border. Like it's all within a stone's throw of each other.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe you accidentally drive into Indiana.
It is. One of our followers gave me shit for talking shit on Indianapolis because I'm from St. Louis, which fair enough. Because I guess I said something mean about Indianapolis. or like, or just like, I think my general thing was just like, no one thinks about Indianapolis,
No.
right? Like, no one, it never crosses your mind.
It's notorious in professional sports as Nap Town. Jalen Rose used to call it Nap Town because every time the NBA, like if your team went to Indianapolis, it's where you took a day off of partying or clubbing. You would
Yeah,
just get in that nap,
yeah, that's all it is.
staying
Uh,
hydrated with my gallon jug.
at the same time, look at that.
Yeah, we're in sync, Rob.
But yeah, like Indiana is, so I feel bad talking shit because I'm from Missouri, and yes, you could rightfully be like, well, fuck you, you're from Missouri, but fucking fair, I get that. But in my like personal travels, Indiana is easily the shittiest Midwestern state that I've been in.
Southern Illinois would have an argument with you.
It is. So the reason Illinois doesn't win is because Chicago's there. Because the rest,
Chicago saves the entire state. If
rest of-
Chicago's not in that state, it is easily the worst state in America.
the rest of Illinois is Indiana. So like it's the same fucking thing. And then like instead of Chicago, you just have I don't know, like the world's blandest city. Like what the fuck is Indianapolis known for? Even
Indy cars, the
like Cleveland has
Brickyard.
like, yeah, like Cleveland has the Indy 500. That's it. That's all. That's
You got
it.
the Indy 500 and you got the Little 500.
Isn't that in Indiana? IU.
I think it's IU.
Yeah. I've heard that's rad. I wish I could have gone to that when I was young enough to creep around colleges, which I am not anymore.
We are not that young anymore, Rob.
No, sadly.
Time has passed us by.
Yeah, you can't just like slink into a fucking college bar at like looking like being 27, but maybe being able to pass for like a fucking senior or something.
Yeah, so no, my old roommate Justin actually moved to Indiana just to kind of lay low because he was going through some shit. So he's like, I need to just kind of like, he got a job in Indiana. He's just like, I need to like get my head clear. I need to kind of go through some stuff personally and lay low and not go out and just not date or anybody. So he's like, perfect place to isolate, Indiana.
Yes, 100%. You're not going to do anything there. Anything. I don't know. I'm sure if someone was like, well, you're just going to come to Indianapolis and go to the town, it'd probably be fun. But
no. But can confirm, like, not a fun town to go out in.
Really?
No.
There's just nothing?
But I mean.
You just go to the Indy 500 and then get the fuck out of the state, like, the same day?
If you've been to a city the size of, like, Tulsa, yeah, no, Indianapolis has nothing to offer you.
Tulsa's pretty bad.
Tulsa's terrible.
Yeah, Tulsa's pretty fucking bad. All right, well, anyway, yeah, so they'll be able to bubble pretty easily in fucking Indianapolis because they're not going to.
Well, yeah, you got Lucas Oil Stadium, you got whatever the fuck where the Pacers play.
Plus Butler.
Indiana, Butler, there's a lot. I mean, it is the home of the Hoosiers. So it's like isn't like their whole thing they have a basketball court like around every corner?
Pretty much, yeah. That's like that state's like weirdly into basketball.
High school and college basketball, they don't give a shit about the Pacers.
Yeah, it's hard to do that, to give a shit about the Pacers. Like the only thing they've been excited about for the Pacers in the last like 10 years is Victor Oladipo returning to Indiana. Like he's just like
right, because he somehow becomes like Superman when he has Indiana across his chest. Although he hasn't been the same since he got hurt, but he definitely, because for a while there he was a quote unquote bust with the Magic, with the Thunder.
Whatever. He's a Hoosier. That's all that matters. So first off, weekly recap here. This just happened. We're like a week and a half recap because we missed a week for Christmas. Texas is fucking legit.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat some crow on my preseason prediction of Shaka being fired.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere this year.
I don't think so. I think first off, we need to look into some of the performance enhancing hair products he's using.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
He has like weirdly a lot of hair again, and it doesn't.
Are we sure this is the same Shaka Smart?
Is it like, you know how like in shows like evil twins have like a goatee in like Star Trek or something?
It's him. Yeah, no, this is like alternate dimension Shaka Smart who's successful at a big time program, has hair.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. He's been
No.
living off the fucking Final Four at VCU for his entire career, and now he's finally got a team.
Hey man, why not? Fucking do it. Fucking do it if you can. But yeah, this looks like a Final Four team. They beat the fucking shit out of Kansas and Allen Fieldhouse.
By what, 25?
35.
35.
It was the biggest loss in Allen Fieldhouse history, tied with one other one, and the biggest loss at home or maybe at all under Bill Self at KU. So it was
okay.
Like, brutal.
Yeah, but what do they have to do for Texas to give a shit about this team?
Oh,
because we're in Austin, obviously. We are very familiar with kind of the basketball program around here. Nobody's still like I believe you were at a party once where Texas was in the tournament, and UT students had no idea.
Yeah, I was at a crawfish boil with a bunch of like young UT alums. I was probably like 28 at the time. They were probably like 23, 24. It was the Adams brothers' house, and me and my Mizzou buddy Matt were like, "Hey, you know that like Texas is playing right now in the NCAA tournament in the second round too, and it was against Michigan, so it was like a good
and
game."
They're like what, spring ball? Like,
yeah. What do you? I mean, and these are people, by the way. Like several of them had like football season tickets. Like these weren't just like hipster UT kids who were like twirling their beard and like drinking IPAs. These were like fucking frat guys who wear Wranglers and dad polos to like football game, every fucking game, like travel to bowl games and shit like that. And then basketball comes on and they don't give a fuck. They didn't care. And we were just like, what is wrong with you people? And so they might give a shit. There's basically just like, let's predict what round of the tournament that Texas fans will start giving a shit about Texas in. I got to
the Elite Eight. I'm saying the Elite Eight, yeah.
Yeah, the Elite Eight. Yeah, once they're on the exact precipice of a Final Four, they'll start giving a shit.
They'll win the Sweet 16 game, and then they'll just be like, oh, okay. You have my attention, yeah.
Texas fans, from my experience, have more pride in Kevin Durant flaming out in the second round than they do in that Final Four team from like 2005 or whatever.
Yeah. Although a lot of people still love TJ Ford.
Yeah. Actually, you know who they fucking love is LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah, LaMarcus, TJ Ford.
People were real hyped when Aldridge came to the Spurs because it's like Texas again. Like they wanted, like they're real big fans of LaMarcus.
Although nobody cares about the city of San Antonio.
No, just San Antonio. I went to a Spurs playoff game a couple years ago against the fucking Warriors. It was an elimination game, and it was like the Spurs had no chance. Like it wasn't one of the good series that they've had, and I've never been more bored in my life.
I've been offered multiple tickets to a Sixers Spurs game, and I just decline every time. I'm like, no. Honestly, if I had to choose between living in San Antonio or Indianapolis, I think I might go Indy.
No, I'd still go San Antonio. At least you have
just because of the weather. At least you have better weather. Yeah.
Mexican food is like that's what are you getting? What are you getting in Indianapolis? Like a fried pork sandwich, I think is like their fucking thing. I don't. It's
what are you gonna do in San Antonio? Go to Pat O's, get a hurricane. Cool.
Fucked up on margaritas.
What am I at? I'm at fucking iDrive in Orlando. Like,
yeah, whatever. Next game, Gonzaga dropped almost 100 on Kansas.
Well, they drop 100
Not on Kansas, on Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia.
And,
yeah.
Goddamn. I bet the over on Gonzaga's points for that game, and it hit with like 12 minutes left in the second half.
This is the GOAT team, man.
I'm still gonna like stubbornly stick to my Baylor thing because Baylor's margin of victory so far this year is 30 points, but they just haven't played that many games. Yeah. That's their average margin of victory. But fuck, dude, I can't like this. I watched that whole most of that Virginia game. They're a fucking machine. They just ripped Virginia apart.
And now Jalen Suggs is probably easily the number 1 overall pick in the NBA draft.
With that pass that was going viral last night.
He's just throwing dimes.
Fuck, dude. Suggs didn't even do that much in the Virginia game.
He doesn't have to. That's the thing.
It was 2 white dudes. It was Timmy and the guy who hit one guy hit like 9 threes or something ridiculous like that. I forget who it was. Let me look it up real quick.
No, it's fine. It doesn't matter because they're so loaded that like you have at least a top 2 NBA pick, and he doesn't really have to do much, and they'll still blow out a team.
Yeah, I mean, it was fucking insane.
This is Mark Few's year. He's due. It's just time for it's just Mark Few's season. This is the perfect year for Gonzaga to win a fucking natty.
Yeah. Oh, Corey Kispert, who is fucking 6'7", was just draining threes. Like, he looked like an NBA player, and he was draining them from range too. I think he hit. Corey Kispert was 9 of 13 from three. He fucking couldn't miss. It was out of control. And Virginia was just there. I mean, they were just standing there. It was like, you know how they like have that pack line defense and they play fucking slow. They play slow, and Gonzaga just like ran circles around them. Like, it was just like 5 statues on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, a zone defense doesn't really work against teams that can shoot.
Yeah, I mean, it was like a sight to behold, which is why I think that Hauser brother dipped in our rankings. Is one of the reasons he dipped in our rankings this week.
Well, we'll get to that eventually, but I mean, it hasn't been a great holiday season for the Hauser brothers.
No, it has not. Other news: Tennessee absolutely obliterated Mizzou and then lost to Bama. I watched the Tennessee-Mizzou game and it was awful. Like, I wanted to like throw my phone at the wall.
Bama's been kind of underachieving though, so it's like it's not that bad of a loss. Bama's a good team.
Bama's good. Like, Bama's fine. Like, they're definitely like a bubble team. Like, they could make the tournament. But dude, like, Tennessee looked like when they were playing Missouri, they looked incredible. I was like, fuck, this is a genuinely like elite team. And then they turn around and fucking lost.
It's the Rick Barnes experience, you know.
Yeah.
He's gonna have some fucking dumpers.
He is. Rick Barnes.
He's gonna shit his pants multiple times.
There's a reason like Texas fired Rick Barnes, is because he's like maddeningly like he should be so he was kind of like the exact same situation as Mac Brown, and they were fired around the same time. Like, all of Rick Barnes's teams should be so fucking good, and then something weird happens, and they just shit their pants.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, Rick Barnes can build a program up, but he's pretty comfortable with just kind of staying the same. He's just like, yeah, we're gonna be like, above average. We'll be okay. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll never be great, but we'll be great. We'll be okay.
But Tennessee at least gives a shit about basketball. The Tennessee kids are
the
actually
football team doesn't have a whole lot to offer these days, so
yeah, like at least UT offers like false hope on football.
Do you think Texas can ever become a basketball school with Shaka going this way?
They could keep winning, but they won't care. They won't.
Well, they got overshadowed this weekend.
Dude,
I feel like
it's fucked up too, because it's not even like, they got overshadowed by Sarkisian.
Yeah, Sarkisian got the job, and they're like, oh, I guess got a new football coach. Cool.
All fucking ink went to that. The fucked up thing too is that Texas, you can't be like, oh well, the state like loves football, because every other major Texas school really likes basketball. Baylor goes fucking nuts for basketball. Texas Tech goes nuts for basketball. A&M has good basketball crowds. Even fucking SMU gets hyped for basketball.
Dude, we've talked about this though. Even their football team, like, yes, there's a lot of UT fans. Yes, they get, pumped up for the season. But they're like, when you go to a UT game, it's like going to a pro game. It's not the same as a college experience. It's just weird. It's got like a corporate vibe to it.
Yeah.
It's just lame.
It's
like, Texas sports are lame.
They are. Yeah. Like, they truly are. I've been to one UT basketball game maybe, and it was against Missouri in their last year in the Big 12. That was the first year I moved here, was our last year in the Big 12. And it was like a top 15 matchup. Crowd wasn't that crazy.
No,
it was a close game.
Never
too.
is.
Crowd wasn't that crazy. Like, it was loud. Like, it wasn't like fucking silent. Like, I couldn't hear a pin drop, but like, meh. Had that game been at, not even fuck Kansas, had that game been at like K-State or something, it would have been like deafening. So yeah, Texas will never be. Texas basketball season and fandom lasts from if they win a Sweet 16 game to whenever they lose after that.
Austin's just got that like LA vibe, right? Where it's like, there's so much to do that nobody really cares about the sport.
In the new fucking Hollywood, dude. Everyone's moving here. Like 6 people move here. Like everyone's coming.
It's the Rogan effect. Everyone knows that.
Joe Rogan. So yeah. Well, this podcast. Clemson is the best team in the ACC.
I want to argue with you, but kind of down here for the ACC.
ACC is fucking dog shit. Ken Palm still has
not good.
Ken Palm still has Duke ranked 11th, and Duke is like a better version of Kentucky this year, where they're like looking shitty, but maybe they'll figure it out type of thing.
Which, by the way, Kentucky just snapped their 6-game skid. It only took John Calipari getting tossed.
There you go. Sometimes you got
to rally the troops. Yeah,
dude. Maybe Kentucky is a 12-5 upset this year. Like Kentucky just gets a 12 seed and pulls it.
You think Kentucky is going to make the tournament?
Depends on what they do in SEC play. If they
they might have to win the fucking SEC tournament to get in now.
Which they could do.
They can. Yeah, they just got to get hot. But
yeah, the SEC has only one team that I think is elite in Tennessee, but they could do Rick Barnes pants shitting stuff. And then you've got like teams like Missouri, Florida,
Alabama,
Kentucky, Bama, and LSU. I want to say LSU is ranked like 20. LSU and Florida are ranked pretty high in Ken Palm, like top 30, who are just like good, not great. Like, but like they could rattle off wins. Like any of those teams could get upset in the first round or make a Sweet 16, just depending on draw and luck and all that shit.
I don't think it matters though. I think there's 4 teams, and it's much like football this year, where it's just like 4 basketball teams that kind of matter.
Who are the 4?
Honestly, it's 2. It's 2.
It's 2. We'll see how. I don't know when Baylor plays Texas, but that's like the game.
They need to reschedule the Baylor Gonzaga game.
And yeah,
I just need to see how far off Baylor is.
Baylor doesn't catch Texas until February, and they only play once. So yeah, it's gonna be a long time before we see that. Baylor plays Kansas and Tech and West Virginia all in a row. Ooh, that's me.
Villanova may never play another game. We don't know.
Yeah, Villanova's not a top 4 team. It is basically it's basically Gonzaga and Baylor, and then
everyone else. Yeah, no, it's
maybe. Dude, if Texas racks up a couple more wins, you could maybe, because I really do like Texas's roster. Like fucking Courtney Rainey, so bad with names. They just have like, the freshman like 5-star stud that they have, but like their guards are all old. Like their whole team's old, and they have 5-star. It's kind of a Gonzaga situation, just not as good. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's a loaded old veteran roster.
And you have the guy. You have in Coleman. You have a guy who can just kind of go get you a bucket when you need it. Yeah. So.
They definitely. Texas could move their way into that. Maybe be the 3rd team, even if they lose to Baylor. If they beat the shit out of other people, I could see.
Yeah, it's basketball. You're allowed to lose games.
Right, but like, if they lose to Baylor, it doesn't mean they're not like, they're not worthy of being included next to Baylor.
Right.
But I don't know. So Clemson's the best team. This is like, I guess Clemson lost in football, so that fucking sucks. But I think they give a shit about basketball. Clemson's like a sneaky fan.
Well, you've been to Clemson?
What?
Have you been to Clemson?
No.
You got nothing to do.
Yeah.
Just fucking farmland.
And then just 2 more things on the recap. Houston had a mixed kind of week and a half, lost to Tulsa, but then beat SMU. Is the AAC just like fairly deep? Because Tulsa's not bad.
Tulsa's good. I've been winning a lot of money on Tulsa, but Houston is good, but again, like it's basketball. You lose games, and teams that are like familiar with you in conference, they're just gonna catch you on like an off night.
Yeah. Oh, Houston has a guy out too now. One of their good players.
He left with personal reasons.
Yeah, I forget his name, but it was like they beat SMU after he left, but he's still out now. And West Virginia lost a star player to that as well, and they lost to OU, which again isn't a bad loss. It was at OU, but West Virginia's looking not as tough as I thought they were. Like they haven't, like they're fucking good, but they haven't been that like terribly impressive to me. Like they really haven't won any games against good teams.
Right.
Like they beat their best win right now might be fucking VCU. It is. Their best win is either VCU or like maybe Iowa State, who's not that good. They only beat them by 5, so they've lost all the games. That I mean, like they're supposed to lose to Gonzaga. They're supposed to lose to Kansas, even though I thought they're going to win that game. But like they should. I mean, they probably should have beaten OU. Not a bad loss, but they should have won. So
Yeah.
they beat Richmond too. Richmond's probably Richmond's their best win.
Richmond's their best win. Caleb Mills left for Houston for personal reasons. Don't know what that entails. Could be really anything.
Yeah.
They're gonna win the American. It's not like it's in doubt. It's a very mediocre conference just in general. What?
How many bids do you think the American gets as of right now?
3.
3? Who?
Maybe like max 3.
Yeah.
Which is it's infuriating as like a UCFN because we could potentially. I mean, we haven't gotten off to the hottest start. We just got railed by South Florida, but 3-3 now. But we're gonna have to go like I don't know 21-9 or something
to make it.
To make it, yeah. If that, like 21-9 might not even get you in.
But who are the other teams beat? Tulsa or Memphis? No.
Not Cincinnati, not Memphis. Wichita State, maybe.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea what Wichita State's been doing this year.
Beat them at Wichita State, but they were missing a guy who hadn't been cleared or some bullshit. But yeah, all right.
Honestly, I think South Florida is pretty good this year, which I did not anticipate.
Yeah, I feel like those schools you see like the Americans should be able to be pretty fucking good at basketball, even more so than football. Oh, SMU is really good.
SMU. Houston came back though. They lost to Tulsa and then they trounced SMU. So
yeah, I still think SMU is good. SMU could get a bid.
Yes, I mean Wichita State right now is 6-2, 2-0 in conference. Tulsa's 6-3, Houston's 8-1, SMU's 8-1, Memphis 6-4, South Florida 6-4, East Carolina 7-2.
Yeah, but 2.
That's not gonna last long.
That's whatever. All right.
Temple's played 3 games.
Who cares? Yeah, pretty much. All right, let's get into some underporn. I'm going to take this one this week. It features a Hauser brother team. In fact, Hauser's name is on here a lot. Michigan State, Minnesota. This game was projected by KenPom to be like 81-80, so fairly high scoring. And Michigan State ended up putting in something like 55 points. I mean, and what's funny is Minnesota held up their end of the bargain. They scored like 80.
Yeah, they lost 81-56.
Yeah, 81-56. And I want to say Minnesota was like projected to get 81 points, and Michigan State just scored like 30 less points than they should have. And there was a portion in the first half.
Well, Joey, just to set the scene, Joey for the game shot 12%.
Yeah. Yeah. It was not good. So there was a portion in the first half for 5 minutes where Michigan State was stuck at 11 points. And it's like, I mean, it's underporn, like pure underporn. So you got to think that the over-under in this game was in the 160s, maybe the high 150s. Obviously, it missed by like 20 to 30 points. It's, let's see here. Minnesota, Marcus Carr, missed jumper. Michigan State, Joey Hauser, defensive rebound. Michigan State, Joshua Langford, missed jumper. Minnesota, Trey Williams, defensive rebound. Minnesota, Liam Robbins made jumper. So Minnesota scores a little bit. It's already 24-11 Minnesota. I can't even read this name. Thomas Kithier for Michigan State, missed jumper. I'm not even going to read the names. Defensive rebound. Minnesota defensive rebound. Minnesota missed jumper. Michigan State defensive rebound. Michigan State missed three-pointer. Minnesota defensive rebound. Minnesota missed layup. Those are the best. Michigan State block. Michigan State rebound. Michigan State missed layup. Minnesota block. Minnesota defensive rebound. Minnesota TV timeout. Minnesota turnover. Michigan State missed layup. Minnesota block. Minnesota turnover.
Coming out of the timeout. God damn, this is beautiful.
Michigan State missed three-pointer. Hauser's missing a lot of shots. That's Hauser's missed like 3 shots here.
Again, he shot 12% for the game.
Yeah, he couldn't hit fucking anything. Minnesota rebound, Minnesota foul, Minnesota turnover, Michigan State missed three-pointer, Minnesota rebound, Michigan State foul, Minnesota finally makes a jumper, Michigan State missed layup, Minnesota rebound, Minnesota layup made, Michigan State foul, Minnesota made 1 free throw out of 2, Minnesota foul, another TV timeout. And then Michigan State missed jumper. Michigan State offensive rebound. Michigan State missed 3-point jumper.
Jesus Christ, how long is this?
Michigan State offensive rebound. Michigan State missed jumper. Minnesota defensive rebound, foul, and then finally Minnesota makes some free throws. So over the course of 5 minutes and 10 seconds of game time, 9 points are scored, none by Michigan State.
Sick.
Fucking it's just hot. It's just fucking sexy, man. And I wouldn't have bet the under for this game.
No, but I might start on Michigan State games because they are terrible.
Yeah,
they are not good. They just got their first Big Ten win against Nebraska, I believe. So,
which is like, of course you're gonna fucking.
It's Nebraska, yeah, it's good. But yeah, they lost. They opened up season play Big Ten play with Northwestern, Wisconsin, Minnesota, all pretty like significant losses. Like Northwestern handed it to them. Wisconsin, kind of pulled away late, but still. Which Joey Hauser actually had 27 against Wisconsin, but I believe he had a massive turnover late. So
he did. He had a really like sloppy. He like fell on the ground and like tried to knock the ball to another Michigan State player, but that guy was already moving, and he just like slapped the ball out of bounds.
Just to transition into our Hauser brother rankings, obviously Joey's been number 1 all year, but with that, you got 2 losses and a win. He only had 5 points against Nebraska. Not great since we last talked.
Bad.
And then Sam had 13 against Notre Dame in a win. He had 10 in a massive loss to Gonzaga.
And I was watching that Notre Dame game. Not only did he have 13 in a win, he hit the dagger 3.
He also had 10 boards. So is this the week we finally move Sammy up?
Sam's number 1, man. He looked real fucking good against Notre Dame. I know that 13 doesn't sound like crazy impressive, but it was still a double-double. And like I said, I was watching that game. He was fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
And he put the nail in the coffin. He hit the dagger 3. Yeah.
More than what shows up on the stat sheet.
He was a real gym rat that day.
Just really, he's a hustle.
Yeah. He was hustling left. Just, you could tell he wanted it. He was a big character guy.
Sometimes it's all about those character guys. Those guys that do the dirty work.
He fucking rocks for breakfast or whatever.
Yeah.
We should just start making up our own white guy euphemisms that are better than the current ones.
So I actually got some intel on why the Hauser brothers left Marquette.
Oh,
it's because of Marcus Howard. They didn't want to play on the same team as Marcus Howard.
Why?
They did not like it. There's not enough balls, Rob. There's only 1 ball.
Yeah.
Last year Marcus Howard was probably shooting 90% of the shots from Marquette.
So Marcus Howard just shoots so fucking much. The Hauser brothers would rather play separately from each other than with him.
Yes. It's like when you play pickup
and
you're just, especially when you're, obviously it's a white guy and you're going into maybe like a majority black game and you just know they're not going to give you the ball.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like, I hope we lose. I don't want to continue to stay on the court. I don't want to run back and forth. I'm not doing this for cardio. I don't want to play defense. I don't want to get boards. I just want to shoot threes.
You gotta play defense and be all fucking scrappy and shit.
Right. The only way you're getting the ball is if you get an offensive board and you get a little putback.
Right. Yeah. You're not.
Nobody's
worst
games.
Cut.
No.
Yeah.
And it's all because of this. Just like, fuck, man.
Yeah. I'm terrible at basketball anyway. So
there's nothing more disrespectful too is when you finally get the ball and then the other team just goes shoot. And it's like, dude, you haven't seen me shoot all game. Like, and you're ice cold. You've been playing 3 games, but this is your first shot. You chuck it up, just break it.
real low usage.
Just a terrible feeling.
I wouldn't know. I'm not even fucking good enough to go do that. Like, I'd just be. It's just embarrassing how fucking bad I am at basketball. And there's no sport I want to be good at more.
Than basketball.
You can play it anywhere. It's like the easiest game to play. But I'm just fucking terrible at it. That was
That's why we're talking about this on our podcast.
Yeah. But
we're not playing the games.
I love to gamble on it. So yeah, Sam Hauser, the hotter Hauser brother, is now number 1. So
we'll see if we can hold on to it.
He's now better looking and better playing.
For now.
Yeah, even though Virginia got dicked down by Gonzaga, like, what are you gonna do? That's like, it'd be like, it's like ranking like MMA fighters and like you like punish them for losing, one of them for like losing to a bear, essentially.
Like Habib, like you lost to Habib. Now you're just gonna keep falling down.
Right. Yeah. So there's only so much Sam could do about getting their shit pushed in by Gonzaga. All right, we got some betting picks this week. There's actually a lot of good. It's conference play now, so the games are good more often than not. There's also just some interesting lines I saw.
Obviously presented by mybookie.com. Use promo code DrinkinBroSports.
And what do they give you? Is it like
50%? I think it's a 50%. It's a 50% match of your deposit. So
yes.
You deposit $1,000, you get $500.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, gamble all this shit on MyBookie. I don't know what else to tell you. Go to MyBookie and make money, or more likely lose money, but not with our picks. It'll be when you go on your own.
Well, maybe the way I'm going right now with these fucking football picks. Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't. This week wasn't great. I keep fucking like getting greedy. Like I just need to. I tell myself this all the time. Like I need to be more disciplined. Like,
me too. Especially with football, I've been taking a lot of money line with these bowl games. Cincinnati, most notably. The best is this fucking old dude in the Drinking Bro Sports group keeps chirping me, and then he posts his picks after the fact, and I'm like, dude, just post your picks before the game, man.
Yeah, show us your fuck. Come on, bro, take it out. Yeah, that's fucking.
It's like you've never lost a bet, man. Okay.
Yeah. Oh wow. Why do you work?
100%, huh?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, that's fucking stupid. So the betting picks this week, we got Kansas at TCU. Kansas is a 4-point favorite. I think they cover that. TCU's not good. I don't care that it's on the road.
TCU's bottom tier Big 12, which is better than most conferences.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, no, Kansas has all the makings of a bounce back. Like, just come out and just shit pump TCU.
Yeah, and I mean TCU. I want to say in the past, these lines are based on KenPom, by the way, because these lines usually don't come out.
It's usually day over, day before.
Yeah, so we're basing off of KenPom, which is usually.
But they get it right every time, so it's like the lines are pretty much set because like they're tired of losing money, so they set their lines exactly where KenPom is.
Yeah, pretty much. So I mean, like, dude, if it ends up being like Kansas, like 6, I think Kansas wins this game by double digits.
Personally. I do too. I think it's a massive bounce back.
Yeah. Memphis at UCF. Your boy, I asked Dan about this before. I was like, oh, that's weird. UCF is getting a point against Memphis, who Dan does not like.
I don't like Memphis. Obviously, we've argued about this our last episode with Penny Hardaway. Is he a good coach? And I say no. Great recruiter, not a good coach. But yeah, I think UCF's kind of been struggling lately. Lost to South Florida. Mahan, who was averaging, I believe, 27 points before the Houston game on like 70% shooting or something ridiculous, has come back to earth. He only had 2 points against South Florida, so kind of hurt the old stat sheet. He went from 27 to 17. Not ideal. But yeah, I mean, this is a team. I mean, Johnny Dawkins is just a better coach. I think we kind of take care of business with Memphis.
And it's at home. Home dog.
Yeah, home dog. What's better than that?
Oklahoma at Baylor. I know we're big into underporn and the like, but Oklahoma at Baylor, that line, the over-under on this is 152, and I kind of like the over because both.
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't want to. I would. If you put money on the under in this game, I would just feel like shit the entire time.
Yeah, just don't.
I wouldn't feel safe.
Don't.
No. Even if they went on like a 5-minute scoreless streak, I still wouldn't feel safe.
What? No.
Uh-oh. You there, Rob?
No.
All right, there we go. Rob.
Yeah.
Okay. We're good. Sorry. Some technical difficulties.
It says my internet connection is unstable.
Okay. Well, let's just kind of push through. Should be fun.
I think it's fine. I was just getting ahead.
Yeah, we're good
All
now.
right.
Yeah.
OU at Baylor. I think that overhits for sure. OU can score a ton. Baylor can score a ton. Baylor can play defense, but I don't know. OU doesn't play defense, so Baylor is going to score a shit ton, and I'm guessing Oklahoma will do enough to push the over because they
Oklahoma.
and they play fast too.
Especially if Baylor gets up big, Oklahoma will kind of have some garbage possessions late where they'll just start firing threes.
Right, and this is the other thing too. Neither team's pace is gonna really fuck you.
No.
They both play fast enough.
Yep.
Iowa at Maryland. Iowa -3. Maryland is really schizophrenic or whatever you want to call it.
It's a rebuilding year for Maryland.
Yeah, they've got talent, but they're not necessarily that great. Iowa, I don't know. Iowa seems like they can win this game easily by more than 3 points. It would just, you could have a weird day where Maryland shows up, but
and Garza maybe doesn't make a bucket. I don't know if that happens.
Yeah,
probably not. Yeah, give me Iowa.
Yeah, I'll take Iowa -3.
Don't want to go sound pretty chalky here, but
hey,
it's college basketball for you.
We took a UCF dog, and there's no chalk on overs in college basketball as far as I'm concerned.
Okay.
But yeah, and then Texas at West Virginia. Texas is a 1-point favorite. West Virginia's missing one of their best players indefinitely. Texas just absolutely fucking murdered Kansas.
And the line's only 1, huh?
According to Ken Pom, yeah, because it's a road game. And Ken Pom a lot of times doesn't take into account missing players.
Yeah.
So this line will probably not be -1. But if it's even 2 or 3, I like Texas.
I've also lost so much money on West Virginia this year.
Yeah, dude, they just don't look as good as I thought they were going to. I really wanted to believe in West Virginia.
Well, I'm on the wrong side of West Virginia every time, where it's
no matter
I'm starting to believe in West Virginia, so I put money on West Virginia. They get fucking housed. I put money on West Virginia because they look so good, and then I kind of fade West Virginia, and then kind of they show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Huggy Bear convinced us he has some players this year, so I don't really know what to make of them. But
we're gonna be sitting here and be like, oh yeah, West Virginia's disappointing compared to what we thought. We thought they were a top 8 team or whatever, and they'll
make the Sweet 16 or something. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They'll have a nice season at the end of the year, but they're just not elite. Essentially, I thought they might be. Neither is Tech. Tech has been underwhelming as well.
Tech's not good. No.
Texas Tech. I mean, the Big 12.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Mac McClung is.
A lot of people think it's
a lot of people love Mac McClung, but remember, he was a 3-star. So.
Yeah, and his Georgetown teams never did dick.
No, he was essentially, a dunk highlight guy coming out of high school.
Yeah, so the Big 12, it's still really fucking good, but I don't know, it's not as good as we thought.
No, it's just
Tech and
college basketball in general, is just when you compare everybody to Baylor or Gonzaga.
Yeah.
And then even Texas, it's God tier is Gonzaga, demigod tier is Baylor, and then
that's fair. I still have faith in Baylor to be the best team in the country, but Gonzaga's just looked better.
Texas is kind of prophet level, and then everybody else is mortal.
Watching them is the truth, but it's not. They're not infallible, is what you're saying. Yeah, they're prophet level. All right.
Especially with Shaka, because
you never fucking know.
Never know.
Tennessee
might be a false prophet.
Tennessee might be able to worm their way up there, although that Bama loss was bad. They really, when Tennessee's on, they look unbelievable. But whatever. Underwatch for this week. These are games where I think the unders are good. You might need to bet it live though. Maryland to Indiana, both. Maryland's not that good. Indiana plays slow. They both play slow. K-State at Texas Tech. Tech plays slow and plays elite defense, and K-State just fucking sucks. Tech doesn't score a ton, even when they're I mean, I like the under on that. Wake Forest at UVA, same situation. UVA plays slow. Wake Forest fucking sucks. Like Virginia never won. It's like Virginia's type of team that just like doesn't want to score 70 points. They would rather you score 30 than they score 70.
They're just not good this year either.
Yeah. Well, even though we were blowing Sam Hauser earlier, they're not typical Virginia.
No, they are defending champions though. Still, 2-time.
And then UCLA at Arizona. UCLA plays slow. Arizona plays slow. And
UCLA's best player just, I think it tore his Achilles or something. He's out for the season.
That might still play into the under though, but who knows?
Yeah.
They play slow. They're not going to go faster after they lose a player.
No, I mean Cronin's. I don't know. It's weird because it is Mick Cronin, so you think Cincinnati like play defense and just kind of maybe win a game 55-52, but it's different Mick Cronin.
You get big long bodies.
Yeah,
You're
getting better. You're getting better recruits, better athletes.
Yeah. They'll just shut you down, and then I don't know, not shoot threes or something. Like I just remember his teams being like all interior.
Yeah, but Chris Smith's out with a knee injury. I don't know how long he's going to be out for though. Not seeing any time frame. But yeah, he is. Oh, he's out for the season with torn ACL. There we go. That'll do it.
Let's see. Scoring wise, he is averaging. Ken Thomas kind of hard to read.
He's their guy.
Yeah, he's like clearly a scorer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so gets to the line a lot, shoots free throws pretty decent. Yeah, so that'll probably help the under. I feel bad for him, not like happy about it, but
yeah.
Whatever.
Pac-12 basketball, baby.
You have a real estate agent for us?
It's a guy who was coming into the season probably as one of the, consensus, maybe preseason All-American / maybe player of the year. Hasn't really lived up to that, though.
This is our future real estate agent of the week.
Yeah, Marcus Zagarowski from Creighton Jr.
So he's gone from player of the year to working.
Well, he was kind of like a preseason candidate. It's like him, Garza, just like notable names that are going to score points.
Right.
Kind of fill up the stat sheet. Creighton's kind of been like sharing the ball a little bit more this season. He's only averaging like 14 points a game this year. So it's like kind of a down year for him, really, because last year he was averaging 16. How
tall is he, by the way?
He's 6'2". He's also Michael Carter Williams' brother. I don't know how, like what the connection is, because like maybe it's like on his mom's side, maybe a different father, but
I don't know the Carter Williams family tree at all. But
former Philadelphia 76er great.
Yeah.
And rookie of the year as well. Still in the league somehow. Actually, I think he's doing pretty well with Orlando.
Where he was. What kind of real estate agent?
This is kind of along those.
Is he gonna stay in Nebraska?
No, it's got that vibe of like, well, he might, but like he's gonna, take a bunch of complexes and maybe be more of a landlord again.
Okay. Yeah.
He's gonna diversify their portfolio. He's gonna have like kind of. I have like a running theme of guys who are just like really connected and hooked up in the hard money scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I go for with my real estate agents. Like, not necessarily your buttoned up guys, but your guys that are doing like back alley deals.
Like barely legal, like using like shitty building materials like only on the interior. Like the base of the building is fine, but like the interior, like the drywalls are just dog shit. You got like vinyl that's peeling up off the floor.
Right, like he's not passing inspection. He's got a guy who passes the inspections without actually being up to code.
Huge Creighton fan.
Yeah, he's just pushing deals through, regardless of whether or not the house is, up to snuff.
Yeah,
and he's just a bag of lies.
Hey, he's rich, whatever.
And I mean, notable name.
Yeah,
he'll do well. He'll he'll just
Yeah.
really be
Well,
connected.
he's the type of guy who, he'll use his he'll be using his basketball fame, but only for, like you said, back alley shit. Like, he's not on a bench bus, or bus bench, or anything.
He'll be on a billboard. Like he'll have a billboard
Well, he will have a billboard.
for sure. Yeah, no. Make no mistake about it, but it'll be like very like like upfront and overtly that he's like shady and sketchy. So yeah, that's our future real estate agent of the week. Again, he'll have, all the connects to all those that private money, that hard money. Even if people like aren't, they have like a 420 credit score.
Yeah, he'll get in there he'll get you in there somehow.
He'll get you pre-qualified and he'll get that deal through in like, houses probably take like 30 days to close. He'll do it in like 2 weeks.
Just get him in there, fudge the paperwork. It'd be like that scene in The Big Short where those two bros are just like bragging about giving like immigrants with no credit huge mortgages.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh, you declared bankruptcy last year. Let me get you into this 3-bedroom.
Fuck yeah, baby. Hey, man, bankruptcy improves your credit. I know this. Well, it improves your credit from right before, just because you're owed so much goddamn money.
Did you declare bankruptcy?
No, I worked for a bankruptcy lawyer. That was my first job out of college. I did like SEO blogging about bankruptcy. It's fucking awful, about personal bankruptcy.
My brief but glorious stint as a hard money lender, I do realize that everyone has shit credit in that like industry. Everyone, like even people that are giving out money, it's like, oh yeah, I like had a rough 20s. So I finally like I'm all cash, baby. I'm not liquid. I'm all cash.
God damn it. Yeah, that's a lot. All right, that's what we got for this week, man. Any final thoughts on the college basketball? What are you looking forward to?
I don't know. Well, I just think that we might give you another episode this week just to see how things are going. Obviously, we're bored at home.
Yeah,
both got the Rona, so I can't do anything at least till Friday. So yeah, maybe we'll do a live watch over Zoom.
Games. Yeah, we might do a live gambling watch. Like, obviously, put money on the games. So we're fucking invested in it. I would do. What was one of the good ones from the betting? I would do Texas at West Virginia.
Yeah. Let's kind of schedule around Texas, West Virginia.
Yeah, I think
that's the game. So yeah, we'll be back. If we don't do that, we'll be back next Monday.
In studio,
hopefully. No, we will be in studio Monday. So
yeah, for sure.
For Ross listening right now, we will be. We're hoping.
Fucking quarantine.
Yeah, I don't like quarantine. Quarantine sucks.
It's pretty shitty. I had to order beer from Uber Eats last night.
Yeah, I don't have fucking food in my house, so it's like I gotta rely on other people to, like, I had to order HEB to the door. Cool. Yeah. But I can't taste anything, so it doesn't matter. I could probably like eat another onion.
Yeah, just eat it. Yeah, just get literally a sack of onions for $5 and eat them all fucking week.
It's good for my colon, so.
You need good colon health is important in these times,
especially at our age,
Yeah. I give myself prostate exams regularly.
All the time. Yeah, like it's just kind of like pop it in.
Yeah.
Like 2 fingers, just to be safe.
Going on.
It's kind of like my early morning routine before hopping in the shower.
Around at this point.
Yeah.
Just take a stroll, twirl a cane, type of thing. Yeah. Anyway, that's all. That's my asshole. Also, check out our other podcast, Softcore History. We're dropping an episode of that tonight.
Yep, recording live with Jake. We're not live, but via Zoom. Again, he has not been infected yet.
Yeah, we might have to do that like 2 weeks in a row because I feel like he's gonna be.
He's gonna be sketched out for at least a month.
Yeah. So
whatever.
We'll see. Yeah.
All right. We will see you when we see you.
Thank you for listening. Like and
Adios.